Okay guys, today I'm going to make a quick video just showing you guys what I've been up to, what we've been up to technically, but, it's a Monday, Dad's got work. So, this is something I know I haven't put up any videos on yet. I haven't put up that many videos to begin with, but here's the first video on this. This here is my 1960 something, late 60s, struck mini bulldozer. We got this up in New Hampshire for really a bargain. But we did a lot of work to it, and I'm just going through everything here, trying to make this as quick as possible, because I could talk for like a half hour about this thing. But basically, we got it home, and we determined it needed a new engine, new belts, a whole bunch of new pulleys, like the whole drive system really needed to be rebuilt, and we only had technically one good set of tracks. So this set right here, this is all new chains. Same pads, but new chains, and then this side over here is the originals. But anyway, so we did a whole load of work on it, and we actually just finished the tracks last fall. Fall of 2012? Yeah, fall of 2012. Well, not last fall, technically fall 2 falls ago. But anyway, yeah, so really, right after we finished this thing, then the holidays came through, and then it was cold and snow and everything like that. We were just waiting for a good time to go out and run it without getting it all snow covered, and then we got some more projects, all of this stuff. Not quite some of that stuff down there, but yeah, so then come springtime, we got the International. So this thing basically went to being a toy / a side project. For those of you who don't know what the International is, we picked up a International 3200A. If you go back and you look at some of our other videos, it'll be there. Just look through them. But yeah, so then in my free time, I pulled the engine off this. And the reason for that was this thing, we'd bought some other tractors to take parts off of for this thing. We bought a Sears Custom 10, which at the time we didn't really know what it was. And now we know that the Custom 10 is sort of a cool tractor. It's not a Suburban or anything, but, it's cool enough. And I pulled the engine off. It was a 10-horse engine. This thing's supposed to have, as far as I know, a 6 to an 8 horsepower. So the 10 probably would have been breaking belts and probably would have broke the tracks and stuff. So, yeah, that was my decision, and I put that on the Custom. Now the Custom is pretty much a full tractor. I'm trying to get the plow on that still, for those of you who are curious. But yeah, so my dad and I were talking yesterday, I think it was, and we decided that this thing we have to do something with it, because it's been sitting like this for probably a year now, and it's not doing anybody any good just sitting here. So, in discussing what engines we could put on here, we were looking for a 6 to an 8 horse. I was going to go out and just buy an 8 horse Briggs or Tecumseh, preferably a Tecumseh, because I think that was the original on here. But, we happen to have this. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate for pulling this thing apart. But this here is my dad's old, like, early 70s Yardman Snowbird. That's right, guys, it's a Yardman Snowbird. Even though you probably can't read that, it's got a 6 horsepower, I guess a Clinton. I don't know these too well, but it's a Clinton. It's technically a 2-stage. The first impeller, the inside there is run by the engine. You probably can't see that, but the first impeller, not the impeller, not the first impeller, that's run by the engine off of the belt. And then this gets turned directly off the drive axle. Oh, there it is. See that chain? Well, that runs back to that axle, and then the wheel turns that dewey. That's basically how that runs. I was originally wanted to keep it the way it was because it is a Yardman Snowbird, but as I said, it's a Yardman. It's not just a flat-out Snowbird. The Snowbirds are worth more, and they're more collectible. The other thing is this thing is pretty shot, even though it might look sort of neat and everything. It's already missing some stuff. The gas tank is gone. This whole assembly back here, it's missing a couple of idler pulleys, and some stuff was sort of out of whack. It's pretty heavy and everything, and I wouldn't mind keeping it, but I really have no use for it. It was just sitting down in the shop, and I pulled it out like a month ago. So anyway, this is going to be the fate of this thing. The engine on here, it's a bit smaller than I would have liked to have put on here. And it's also not a heavy-duty engine, because the one off the Custom was like a Timken bearing, Tecumseh and everything, HH100. Nice engine. But, yeah, this will go on there for now. I mean, she turns over. She's got compression. But, you know, all this stuff has to get put together. I mean, this is all screwed up. I don't know too much about that. But, yeah, so essentially what I'm going to do today, before the snow comes, because we're supposed to get, like, I don't know, 3 to 6 inches of snow or something, which isn't too much, but it's enough to cripple the roads and everything. But yeah, so my goal for today is to pull this engine. You know, I'm going to pull it, test it to make sure it runs. Actually, I should probably test it while it's on the friggin' thing. So it's got like a mount, but I also don't know what it could do. It could bust the rest of the machine apart. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do today, guys. So the mini dozer will run again, and then this guy right here, probably what I'm going to do is I'm not going to paint the engine or anything.